Out of hardship shall come ease. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala repeats this twice, immediately in succession, as if to drill it down into us. Be assured that you are facing difficulties for a reason. We may not be able to fathom it, but we are told there will be ease. And then we are told once again, you shall have ease from the difficulties. So we need to keep that in mind. And yes, we need to stay informed, of course, brothers and sisters. There's a saying in the Chinese tradition that to learn what is good 1,000 years are not sufficient, and to learn what is evil an hour is too long. We need to become informed of the evil and the carnage and the destruction, the genocide, the cleansing, the collective punishment that is continuing on in Gaza as the world sits by and watches. Over 16,000 Palestinians killed, over 6,000 children, 4,000 women since the October 7th attack. Thousands and thousands and thousands wounded, and now the population being displaced from the north to South Gaza, and they have nothing else left there. All the children that are dead, that are dying, that are bleeding, that are wounded, disabled, homeless, terrified, crying while the world watches on. And as all of Gaza is now bombed and attacked, hospitals, mosques, churches, homes, apartment blocks, refugee camps, schools, universities, bakeries, markets, entire neighborhoods flattened. We have to keep in mind this is a war against the Palestinians. There is a mass assassination plan that is going on. And I don't want to get too deep into the details, but at least we need to be informed that the bombing that is going on, there is a system called the Habsora that relies on modern artificial intelligence techniques to select over 100 targets a day. And whenever they get some inkling of a cell phone call of interest, then bombs and shells are put around a wide area around the target. There is the Dahiya doctrine that we need to be aware of, where the military employs massive disproportionate force to destroy infrastructure and civilian residences to ensure deterrence. They have stopped, and now it is amazing that this is going on. They have stopped what they used to call the roof knocking technique, where a rocket without a warhead would land on a roof to warn those inside to evacuate. Imagine that, and they have stopped that, so that now there is literally no warning and attack go on. So as the world watches and little is done by national leaders, finally there are calls for ceasefire and aid for Gaza. The United Nations Secretary General Guterres, yesterday, he invoked Section 99, cautioning the United Nations Security Council to act as circumstances now supposedly threaten global security and peace. And our continues the unchecked military aid, and we all have a role to play, brothers and sisters. There is a tendency of a strong one, and I have fallen prey to that myself, to get despondent. It's tough to sleep at